The first solo album I recorded was called The Six Wives of Henry. And how prophetic that turned out to be in my own life. God, I'm on number 4 at the moment. I believe in marriage, I really do. I mean, I like the cake. It's really... I do, I believe in the commitment of marriage. I'm very happily married to my Rachel. We've been together many years, 17 years now. Very happy, but as I say, I really believe in marriage. It's the divorce bit I don't get. I don't get that at all. And I don't get some of the reasons that women give for divorcing you. I mean, I think it's my second wife actually divorced me on the grounds that I wouldn't open the car door for her. I mean, actually, I panicked and swam to the surface, but that's... It was a pivotal album in my life, that album, and it was an interesting thing was because I talk a bit about the family during the show, and my granddad on my mum's side, he lived to ripe old age, well in his 90s. He outlived Grandma by about 30 odd years. He was an interesting man. He used to stain floors. He didn't mean to, but it was interesting. He hated rock music, he hated prog rock, he hated folk, he hated jazz. But for some strange reason, he really liked the Six Wives album. He really did like it. And I did a few shows in 1973 with my own band, English Rock Ensemble, and we did the Six Wives. And he came to all the shows. He absolutely loved it, bless him. And it was coming up for his 93rd birthday. And I was actually sitting in a pub with my drummer, Tony Fernandez, who's also the drummer for Straws, if some of you might know. A good lad, Tony. And we're sitting in the pub having a few beers. And he said, "What are you going to get your granddad for his 93rd birthday?" I said, "I don't know, a bottle of scotch or something." He said, "That's boring." I said, "What do you suggest then, Tony?" He said, "Strippogram." I said, "I can't get him a strippogram, he's 93. He said, "Do him good." He said, "Be great for him." I went, "No." So we had a few more drinks, and I had a few more drinks, and I went, "You know what, Tony, the more I think about your idea," I said, "Really good one." So I went over to the newsagent and bought a Naughty magazine, and in the back was all these adverts, and there was one, a very pretty lady wearing this big fur coat, and over the top was written "Super Sex." He said, "That's the one." I went, "No, you can't do it." He said, "That's the one." I said, "No." A few more drinks, I went, "I'm going to give her a ring." And it's before the days of mobile, so it was the pub phone, so I called her, very well-spoken lady, very nice, and I said, "It was like a strippogram." She said, "Well, a bit more than that, really." She said, "Is the service for you?" I said, "No, it's for my granddad." And she said, "How old is he?" I said, 93. She said, "What's his heart like?" And I said, "I don't know." She said, "Well, we're going to find out." I went, "Oh, okay." I said, I asked her how I paid her. She said, "American Express." And I paid her over the phone through American Express. And when the account came in, she was under jewellery consultant. So I thought, anyway, so I told her where it was and at the time and everything, where Grandad lived. And Tony and I howling with laughter after. And he said, "You know what?" He said, "Really?" He said, "Your Granddad's house has got all those bushes in the front garden. We should hide there with our little Instamatic cameras," which is what there were those days, the first camera. He said, "and capture some pictures of it and put it into a frame for him as a memento of the occasion." And I went, "Yeah, all right." So we hid in the garden in the morning, 11 o'clock on the dot, the car pulls up, out she gets, a very pretty girl, in this big fur coat, and she walked up the steps, we're hiding in the bushes. She knocks on the door, and we heard this shuffling behind the door, then heard the bolt go at the top, and the bolt go at the bottom, and the bolt go in the middle, and then the mortise lock go, and then the Yale lock switched off, and then the chain go off the door, and then the door sort of slowly came open, and Grandad stood there, and I must admit he did look a bit frail, and he went, "Yes?" And she whipped open the fur coat and went, "Super Sex." He said, "Oh, well, if it's all right with you, I'll just have the soup." He didn't make 94, bless him. So these two pieces are specifically for my Grandad. This is Catherine of Aragon and Catherine.